I'm cold as shit.
All right, so why are Philly fans so crazy?
Why are we so crazy? That's a great question. I think it's just the passion.
I guess
of
it's like build up energy from
dedication.
nobody
You know, it's
really
a blue collar city.
liking
Although it's
us,
changing,
you know what I mean?
changing
No
in a
one
good
really
way.
likes
I
us,
may
but you're gonna
add,
respect us.
But when you
You know
think
what I mean?
about
This is what you want. Is this what you want? It's a fucking bunch of fucking losers. Fucking Rocky is your hero. The whole pride of your city is built around a fucking guy who doesn't even exist. You got fucking Joe Frazier is from there, but he's black, so you can't fucking deal with him. So you make a fucking statue for some 3-foot fucking Italian, you stupid Philly cheese eating fucking jackasses. I hope that cheese melts your fucking faces off. All of you collectively suck a fucking.
Why? Because everybody swears they have the craziest fans. But being from Philly, you know.
We don't take no shit. Like, we don't take no nonsense. Like, if you mess up, we're gonna let you know you messed up. We don't care if we just paid you 80 mil. You know what I mean? And the expectations are even higher. There's no, oh, he's an all-star, he's a superstar. No, you gotta come ready to play. Football, hockey, baseball, anything. So we definitely do got the craziest fans. I've seen it up close and personal. You know, I even have like some shots of fans going crazy and yelling. And it's crazy. I don't really take in what they're saying while I'm shooting, because my adrenaline for shooting, getting a perfect shot. But when I drive home and stuff and I think about what they were saying, I'm like, damn, they were saying some crazy stuff. Wow. So they're gonna let you have it. They're not gonna bite their tongue. And that's another thing with Philadelphians, right? We're not gonna bite our tongue, and we're not gonna hesitate to say how we feel. We're gonna let you know, and whether you like it or not, it is what it is.
We're not here to make friends. We're here to, like I said earlier, we're here to protect our home. This is what we got.
Why do you love Philly sports?
Why do I love Philly sports? I grew up on Philly sports. My grandpa, my stepdad, my dad, they're all Philly everything. And it's just, I started, I would watch the Phillies, and if we didn't have cable or nothing, I would listen to it on the radio. Eagles football every Sunday. There was no red zone, so you had to just watch the Eagles, which is, I wasn't mad at that. I still do it to this day.
How has that affected you? Has that changed you? Has it, if it has, do you like that it's changed you?
I think the grind and the mentality here was really important for me, like sports culture in general, like being a basketball player at a Philly school with so many schools in just such a close proximity. You have to compete not only on your team and kind of for the love of the city. Like, you have to really, you know, we have Villanova right next to us. Like, when the men's side won, you know, that hit us on a women's side at St. Joe's, because then more people know about Villanova than they know about St. Joe's. And that kind of is a hit at your pride. And I think you kind of have to battle with that and be like, no, you know, we want to win just as many games, or we want to be known for this too. Like, but Philly is just such a sports city that, like, every day, every year is a fight. Villanova kids will tell you that. Like, you can win 2 years in a row, you can win 4 years in a row, and it doesn't matter. Like, they're always going to expect that not only are you the best in the city, you're the best in the country. And I think that helped me as an athlete, just kind of fighting through a grind, especially when I got injured. Like, this isn't a city that you give up in. Like, whatever you're doing, you don't give up. If you do, then you become that, like, loser in the city, for real. That's how it feels. So it pushed me, because everyone around me doesn't give up on whatever they're doing, so I'm not gonna be the one to do it. Even when it is an injury or something that, like, really sets you back, you gotta find a way.
I would definitely have to say, just like, you know, like, we're tough. Mm-hmm. You know, it's tough people. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you got my back, I got yours. So we're very loyal people. Yeah. But you just gotta, you know, make sure that you, you know, you make sure your shit's together. Yeah.
when you think about the way that you go to work every day, you bring the lunch pail, you got the work boots, you take that and you either put it on the ice, you put it on the football field or the court, take some charges, if you will, like I like to do playing at LA Fitness. It's how you live your day every day in this city, and you apply it to sports, and that's why we're as crazy as we are.
Right. Where do you think that fight comes from? You said you use resilient, but where do you think that fight in Philly comes from? Because I can't help but think we have a fighter identity.
Yeah, I think it's just in the water. I feel like we've always been the underdog, or, you know, overlooked in terms of like the bigger cities, like the New Yorks or even like a Boston or LA, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like we always had a chip on our shoulders and we always just been out to prove ourselves, not necessarily to other people outside of what we got going on, but to ourselves.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like
We don't care.
we don't care.
Can I curse? Okay.
Like we're gonna be crazy as hell. Like,
We said family show. I went for it.
sorry,
I'm talking to the people.
but we're gonna be like crazy,
Fuck you.
and you know, like we don't care what other people think. At the end of the day, that's what I love about it. It's just like we're gonna do whatever we want to do.
Right.
It's a good time. Like when you go to a game, it's just gonna be a good time. You're not gonna care. You know, you're gonna be slamming back beers, slamming back food, watching a game.
So have a good time with us, or
Yeah, and if you don't like it, yeah, it's like how could you not live here and root for like these teams and get behind this fan base? This is literally the best fan base in sports, unbiasedly.
unbiased.
Unbiasedly, it's
I forgot my question. All right. So, should I ask you the same thing? You ever get shit for the Lowell Marion thing?
Yeah, all the time. But that it comes with the territory, like
No, that's not the question.
having.
Take off the mask.
No, I'm saying we're not started yet.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were
My
saying.
fault.
No. Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, so just like having Kobe as an alum, right?
Yeah.
It holds a lot of weight, and there's people who are NBA fans and dislike Kobe. So now we're kind of holding that weight, and we're trying to formulate our own sort of legacy, but we still are caught up in Kobe, whatever. But again, we win. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And that's the bottom line. I don't care how it boils down, we win.
Exactly. All right, shit. This ain't got nothing to do with the documentary, but I just thought about this. Y'all can both answer this for real. Is it safe to say that Philly really ain't fuck with Kobe before he retired?
Yeah. You
It
know,
was a select few.
Thank you.
A select few.
I was like, yo, Philly fucking hated Kobe. Like, when we was there, like, when I was there, I said y'all was there after me. But like, when I was there, I was like, nah, like, this shit wasn't, it was almost kind of seems like we were pompous. Like, it was kind of like a,
but that's what they thought of him, though. Like,
Yeah.
he coming over from Italy, you
Yeah.
speaking Italian,
yeah.
your dad's in the league, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when he got to LA, it's like he didn't really claim it like we wanted him to.
But they never claimed him. I just, I
Right.
don't get it. All right.
To the
Am I sick of the process? I would say, no, I'm not, because here's why.
It's never over. It's never over.
Interesting.
but you need a championship. At the end of the day, you need a championship.
I don't know if we got to get rid of Ben or Embiid. They both take up a lot of space on the floor, and people complain about they don't play well together.
Ben Simmons. I say those two words will come to mind.
Joel Embiid.
They show signs of kind of laid back. Like, I guess, how Philly fans are. They'll tell you how it is. Like, but Embiid and Ben, they have the skill. Like, the skill is there.
I still think they're missing one more piece.
People talk about them not being able to win if they don't have Philly personality. I think it's bullshit. What do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough question. I don't know.
That's a Philly thing. Even when we hear like guards like Kyle Lowry and the great guards that came out of Philadelphia, it's that grit and that mindset to always get after it.
They're young. Like, you got to remember, they're young. So I think they got what it takes. They just got a couple more. We need a couple more pieces. A couple more.
But you care, and you are so engaged. It pisses you off when they lose, doesn't it? Well, that's because the process worked. So no, I'm not sick of the process. I'm ready for more. I'm slipping my elbow. I'm all over the place over here.
The city will always back a certain team more than the others, and it always gives the other teams a chip on their shoulder.
What comes to mind when you hear Broad Street Bullies?
Flyers hockey. I wasn't around during that time, but seeing some clips, they were some bad boys, and I like it. I love it. I love it.
No one cares. No one cares. Okay. And like, people want to pretend like, and look, I'm a Flyers fan, and no one cares about the Flyers.
What the fuck is going on with Philly?
Like, are we going all sport here?
The main problem is the farm system. Right?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I'd fucking shred John Middleton for being a fraud, but like, are we going down that road? Like,
right. Back when we were winning, we had Halliday and Oswald and all those guys, right? We got rid of all our farm system, our young guys. So now when those guys leave and we're done, now we don't have young guys to play. So now we're trying to play catch up, and we have money to spend, but you can't get free agents when your team's not right. So it's the farm system, building that back up and developing players.
are we supposed to allow John Middleton to be such a fraud during these circumstances? The answer is no, absolutely not. I can't stand him. He says he wants his damn trophy back, yet he's bringing back Vince Velasquez. I mean, how many years are we going to try this fool? He can't go 3 times through the lineup and he can't get out of the 4th inning. Why? Because you don't feel like spending extra money? What a joke. You get rid of Matt Klentak. A year or 2 late, may I add, and no one wants to uproot during a pandemic. But I see all these other teams calling a bunch of GMs and other people around baseball, and they're uprooting. So it makes me sick that I need to sit here and watch Bryce Harper play his heart out. And this ownership, whenever he flew to Vegas and sold him that garbage, I feel bad for Bryce Harper because he got sucked into the nonsense, just like I did. But here I am today. It's over. I'm not doing it anymore. It's a sick joke.
I love that.
How about that?
And it's crazy because we didn't win nothing until I was what, like 14, 15? The Phillies were the first people that won, the first championship I ever seen. But, I mean, we're loyal, bro. That's one thing you can't say about us. No matter how frustrated we get, we're loyal. We might say, we hate this person, hate that player. You score a touchdown, you're our favorite player, bro.
The people, they're gonna, you might think like we're gonna have an attitude towards you. We're gonna have, we're gonna be mean towards you. But
we want to win. We don't want, because we just want to win at all times. We don't want to. Nobody wants to lose in anything they do. But it's just that, we know their potential. It's like having a kid. You see their potential, and you want them to do the best they can, perform the best they can every time they go out there. And then when you see a player like Carson go out there, have a bad game, have 4 turnovers, like, come on, bro, we seen you in 2017 light it up. Like, we want that. We expect that every game. So if you ain't giving it to us, we're going to let you know, like, yo, you're playing awful. That's why we boo. When you're down at halftime, we're going to boo you. We're going to let you know it's time to turn up. You know what I mean?
as long as you got my back and I got your back, everyone can get along. We're very loyal people. We're very loyal to this city. We're very loyal to the people that live in this city, the businesses that live in this city, and we want to get recognition for that. You know what I mean? Unbiasedly, it's the best fan base in sports. Like I've been to tons of different arenas. I've been to DC. I've been to New York. Like it just doesn't have the same energy as we do. Like
there may be a handful of other teams in other cities that understand us to an extent, but I don't think there's many other cities like us that do the same thing that we do.
What separates us from a Boston, a New York, a DC, a Baltimore, from the rest of the East Coast?
I think, again, it's the way we carry ourselves.
Okay.
And not having things handed to us. I'm not saying that the other cities do.
But they did.
But they do. Call it like it is. Like
Yeah.
New York is New York, but
Exactly.
I feel like Philly, we get it out the mud, and that's what makes us who we are.
And it's easy to leave.
Yeah.
It's easy to quit, or try to find a different team or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's harder to stick with it. And I think Philly, go back to that grit, right? You got to want it, and you got to take it to that another level. So it's just easy to get up and leave.
But I feel like we all been down bad at some point in our lives, but we're just resilient. Like it doesn't matter what I'm dealing with, what I'm facing, I'm gonna bounce back regardless. It's just because the people that have been around me in Philly, from Philly, they've always carried it that way.
Yeah.
So I have no choice but to, no matter the circumstances, win.
I like that. Why are Philly fans so fucking crazy?
crazy because we love our teams. I mean, like when I say I'm a diehard Sixers fan, like I'm a diehard Sixers fan. Like I would die for that team, even though, like when it gets tough, it's just I still love them at the end of the day. Like I always thought like Philly teams are kind of like the little brother,
Okay.
piss you off so much, they annoy the hell out of you. But but at the end of the day, I still love them.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I think what's different is when you go to a game and you sit next to somebody You've never seen them in your entire life. But for this next 2 hours, we're going to be best friends. Literally just because we root for the same team. Like, I've been to Eagles games, Sixers games, stuff like that, and like, this random person I'm sitting next to that I've never met, but we're best friends just because we like the same team.
That's a cut right there.
Yeah.
Love that.
What do I love most about Philly? The first time I ever went to an NBA basketball game was in Philly. The first time I ever went to a Super Bowl championship celebration was in Philly. Even though the Giants won whilst I was in Jersey twice. I'd never been to a celebration, so when the Eagles won, that was very exciting for me. I'm not even an Eagles fan, but for a day and a half I was, for sure. So those experiences were definitely big for me.
What's the story behind it?
So what started out as a joke was that my buddy started a GoFundMe because everyone was commenting like, yo, you should get a GoFundMe and like finish your tattoos or whatever, see whatever you get them done for free. And so he posted it, and then like we got like $100 or whatever the first day. And then my tattoo artist reached out to me and he was like, yo, if you raise 10 grand, donate all to charity, I'll finish all your tattoos for free. So we raised the 10 grand within like 48 hours, less than 48 hours, which is cool. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, you feel good as like a person doing something like that. You know you're doing good for others. So we upped the ante and we just kept running with it. And I started meeting like businesses, getting donations from them. And we upped the GoFundMe to 20,000. We got that like within like a couple more days. So all in total, I think we raised around like 30 grand total. And I'm getting all my tattoos done for free. Just it's hard to get in there. He's booked up, and then it's painful. So I'm not trying to go every other week. You know what I mean? But
And what does that mean to be able to get that back?
it's awesome, honestly. Because how it first started was he said do it to whoever you want, like raise the money for whoever, like any charity. So my brother-in-law passed away from brain cancer. So my fiance was like, why don't we do something with that? And the first thing I thought of was this little girl, Philomena, in Port Richmond. She passed away from pediatric brain cancer a couple years ago. So we reached out to the family, talked to them, and they were on board. They were real appreciative. It's called their organization's called Storm the Heavens, and we donated all the money to them. We did the GoFundMe, other events, and all the money went to them. So I mean, it felt good. It felt great, honestly. It's like seeing the money go to a right cause for sure to help kids. It felt good.
All right. Last question. You're going to say this back. Why do you love Philly?
Why do I love Philly? Simple. We are who we are. We wear our heart on our sleeve. We don't take no shit from nobody. Like I said, we just want you to respect us. You don't gotta like us, but you're gonna respect us. And we really don't care what you gotta say. We don't. So you can talk shit, we're gonna talk shit right back. Trust me. We ain't going nowhere.
Perfect. That's good shit right there.
Good.
Perfect.